Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Happy Tuesday. So I did a post this morning on Instagram, which is getting a lot of attention. And I wanted to talk about it. I wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about the post, what it means, answer some of your questions that you have. So this was the gist of the post. And I'm just going to read the quote to you that I put on here. And it says, repeat after me, and you guys can say this out loud. I am the architect of my life. I build its foundation and choose its contents. So what does that mean? It means you decide what shows up in your life and what doesn't. It means you get to decide who's in your life and who's not. It means you get to decide what you put your time and attention on and what you don't have time for. And you guys, there's nothing wrong with deciding, listen, I just don't have the time for this. And the way that you do that is defining and identifying the things that we only have time for, like our families, our business, our health. Maybe it's for you, it's charity and an organization and giving back. But what is it that you are deciding you have time for? And I think it's important that we identify those things so we know when there's other things that come up, if it doesn't fall into whatever those quadrants are or whatever those buckets are, then listen, we don't have time for it. And I think as moms, we find it especially hard to say no to things. We think that we need to do it all and say yes to everything and show up and just be, a yes woman. But at the end of the day, being a yes woman, it means we're saying no to the things that we really prioritize and the things like our family, right? So maybe you're saying yes to, a work commitment outside of work hours. It's showing your family that is the priority and vice versa. Maybe like for me, I work from home and from a certain time to a certain time, I'm in work mode. And then after that, I jump into mom mode and the phone gets shut down and I'm not answering emails and I'm not answering, anything related to business. It's all about my son. And of course, we would all like to be in everything 100% all the time. But as moms, we have to delegate. We have to know where we're putting our time and attention. And we have to know what we're saying no to. We have to know, K-N-O-W, what we're saying no and O to, right? So what does that look like for you? You gotta figure that out, And I think that it's also important to clear out any space that you're holding, whether it's negative emotions or energy or people that don't benefit you. Maybe these are old relationships that you're just like, you know what? Like I just don't have time right now to listen to Susie Joe complaining about her cat. Or issues or whatever, right? What you say yes to and what you say no to has a direct effect on your entire life. And this is the thing I also said, don't be surprised when you allow someone or something to show up into your life that you've said yes to, and when it doesn't align with your priorities and your goals, that if you say yes to it, don't be surprised why you also feel down, why you also might feel negative, why you also are not reaching your goals, because you've allowed that negative space, that negative energy to come into your life. So you guys, it's really important to identify this. If you are on track, or if you are really, really focused on growing yourself or your business or your family or just being in a positive mindset, you have to know how important this is. This isn't a joke. This is so, so serious, because the more that you continue to say yes to, the more it takes you away from other things. And those other things are our priorities. That's why we have to identify that first, right? So you choose you. When you're saying yes to, maybe it's like doing your kid's room mom thing. And for you, that's not a priority. Or maybe for you, you're saying yes to a friend's, a girls' night. Or maybe you're saying yes to food that's not healthy. I mean, it could be anything, right? You just have to decide if this is right for you. Some of you will say, yeah, between this time and this time, this is right for me. But between this time and this time, it's not. And that's totally fine too. It's called setting boundaries. We have to set boundaries in our life. And we also have to be disciplined. Discipline and boundaries are like the key to success. You got to implement it. You got to have it. You have to know that without it, it's like a crapshoot, right? So always choose you. Choose you every time. Choose the healthy foods, choose the good relationships, choose the good energy and the good vibes. Choose whatever will serve you at the highest, best power, whatever that looks like. And for some of you, it's just like choose whatever makes you feel good. If you're around a friend that doesn't make you feel good, stop hanging out with that friend. Like, it sounds so simple and easy, but we continue to hang out with people, be around people, associate with people that don't make us feel good or aren't providing value or aren't showing up in a way that is productive, right? So like, decide if this is important to you. Maybe it's not important to you. Maybe you're like, you know what? I just, reaching my goals is not a big deal. Or, you know, prioritizing my time is not a big deal. Maybe you have all the time in the world to do things. I don't know. But for those of you that don't, I want to see either some hearts or I want to see a comment or like a hand emoji, something that tells me that this is a priority for you, that you are a priority. Because if you are your priority, it means every decision that you're making is working towards building up those areas. Our health, our family, ourselves, right? That's its own bucket of itself. We should be our own bucket, right? I cut them off. Someone said I cut them off. Crowbird said I cut them off. Yeah, you gotta get them out. It's interesting is how my goals have changed over the years, not in a bad way, but as you grow, the journey and what you desire changes, always adjusting in different ways. Exactly. And that's the thing. As we go on this journey, as you start to elevate, as you start to rise, right? What you put up with, what you have in your life, the things that you accept and don't accept will change. Because right now, you may be at a level where you're like, you know what? Let's just talk about food. Maybe you're at a level right now, you're like, I can't shop all organically and I can't shop super clean, but I want to. I want to live this healthy lifestyle. Okay, so you're making those changes. In a year from now, say you're making more money, you've changed your lifestyle even more, right? It's going to look different in a year from now. And we're talking about food, right? It's going to look different in a year from now versus where you are now. Same thing goes with the people you're hanging out with, what your goals look like. Whatever your goals are today should not be the same goals that you have for tomorrow. They should be different because every day you're working on growing yourself and becoming a better person. So it's true. Yeah, your goals will always change. They'll always evolve. So it's super important to know that if they're staying the same, you're probably not growing. So it's you know, if you feel like you're stagnant, you're not growing, you're in a place of just like, I feel like I'm in a slump, look around you and see who is around you. What are you consuming? Are you watching the news? Are you watching stuff that's like depressing and getting you down? Are you hanging out with people who are just like, you know, I hate to say it, but that are losers and not really doing anything with themselves? You know, maybe they're drinking all the time. Maybe they do drugs. I don't know. It depends it literally depends on what you want out of life. And if for you want bigger, greater, and more, you have to make every single decision that you operate with reflect that. How did you get so knowledgeable? You're always speaking facts. That's great. Thank you. I have a lot of amazing resources. I go to so many conferences and I read books and articles, and personal development has always been a huge part of my life. I have great mentors around me. I am a student. I'm a student first, and then I learn and I pass on what works for me and what works for the clients that I have. And it's just, facts don't lie, you know? So the things that work, you keep doing, and the things that don't, you stop and you change course, right? If they're staying the same, you're probably not growing. So true. Yep. I always have to remind myself this. If I had the same goals now as 3 years back, that's not a good thing. Yeah. And this is the thing, you could have the same kind of goals, but they might just be bigger and greater, right? Like if your goal right now is like, I want, something with your family. Like I want to have a happy, healthy marriage. I want, my kids going to whatever school. For now, like that could be your goal right now, but then maybe in a year or 2 or 3 from now, you're like, I want to be going on weekly date nights with my partner, and I want to be going on a trip once a year, a quarter, month, whatever it is, with my partner, taking little mini vacations. I want, like, whatever it is, you have to start somewhere. Like you got to get yourself on the board, right? I always think of like a Candyland board. Like get yourself on the board first before you can start this game, and then you decide, what do I want? What do I want? Do I want to increase my health? Do I want to increase my wealth and what I'm making? Do I want to increase my impact on this world? That's what I want to do. I want to get around people that motivate me. And when they hear my goals and dreams, they're like, you got to operate even bigger. Because that's what I hang around. Crowbird said, go big or go home. What is your name, by the way? I feel like you're always popping on here and I don't know your name. But yeah, you have to just get around the right people, and that's it. Get around the right people, eliminate or release what is not serving you. And listen, it's not always a bad thing. If there's people, this is the thing. If it's people and it's family, right? Like someone that you can't get rid of because it's a family member, right? It's not that you have to totally eliminate this person. You just decide how often you're around them. You have to decide how important it is for you, your headspace, and when you are around this person, how do you feel? And this is a really good way to start to see how things make you feel, how you operate. These are just kind of energies, right? Like how do we feel around a person? Do they make us be in like a growth mindset where we're growing and we're learning and we're elevating ourselves? Or do they make us feel like we're not, enough, or depressed or sad or anxious, right? So you have to look at all these things. I like how you said that you want to put a big impact in the world. Yes, that is my goal. My goal is to inspire, motivate, educate moms, all the moms out there, to feel like this motherhood thing is they're not alone. Because motherhood could be a very lonely journey. And my thing is that I want to make my impact on this world so great that it's not just about changing individual lives. Like that's great, but it's like millions of lives, right? Like millions of moms out there that feel their life is greater, that it changes, that it's evolving and growing, and they have the best relationships with their partners and their kids, and they feel like they can do it all, but they're not burnt out. They're not burnt out. Like they can go through this and they can do and be the woman they want to be, whether it's a stay-home mom, whether it's a working mom, whether it's a working from home mom, right? Like whatever capacity it looks like, that this woman feels like she's not alone and she has a tribe behind her that's helping her learn and grow and feel motivated, right? So that is my mission, is, to allow women, specifically mothers, to feel like not only can they do this mother thing, this motherhood journey, but they've got a whole tribe of women that have come before them and with them to learn, grow, and inspire. Jakey's great. He is sleeping. He's taking his afternoon nap. That little guy seems to always be on his A game. He has got more energy than, I think 10 kids. If you were here, then we could work on that together. Work on what together? I'm not sure what you're talking about. But yeah, so that's what I do, is that's what I help women do. I'm creating, I'm actually going to announce it right now. So I'm creating a membership portal for women to have a group that they can come into, like a monthly membership, where they can come in, they can have support, they can have all the relationships and resources that they need. So I'm excited because my thing is, like, I love working with my women one-on-one in my one-on-one coaching, but I can really expand and grow with women in a big group, in a big way, when it's in a group. Like one-on-one, like I said, is amazing. It's a way that I can help my clients who really want to invest in themselves to level up and have fast results, work on themselves, within themselves, to grow, to figure out faster, like what it is they need to focus on or change or tweak or whatever. But when I can do it on a scale where I'm working with thousands of women, you can reach the masses a lot sooner, get your message out, and again, help and inspire and motivate. So yeah, actually Jakey's up, I just heard him. So, all right guys, that is the message for today. If you haven't checked out my post today on Instagram, go check it out. It's exactly what we're talking about, being the own architect of your life, allowing what is it? Like, what are you allowing in your life? Have you asked yourself that? What are you allowing in your life? What are you going to stand for and what are you not standing for? Like, you got to know. You got to know those two things. So check out that post. And then also, in addition to that, I have a goal crushing package bundle that is out, and I think it's just under Sandra Glandt. I always forget what this is. I think it's just sandraglandt.com/goal-crushing-bundle. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, just DM me and I'll send you the link. It's probably easier that way. DM me, I'll send you the link. This is for the mom that wants to get clear on her goals, figure out like what her plan is. Again, this all ties into being the own architect of your life. So figure it out. You can't, if you don't know how to do this, you don't know how to do it. You can't teach yourself something you don't know, right? I mean, it's that simple. So what you do is you get around people, you find mentors, you do coaching, you do the things that help move you forward. It's really that simple. You do it, you're in exchange with money or time or resources or whatever in exchange for things that help you grow. So it's like you're exchanging these things to help you learn and grow and become whatever version you want to become. So I would just encourage you to figure out who you can get around to become that person, whatever area you want to be in, whether it's your health, your finances, your family. So all of those things, I'm a student, like first and foremost. I'm always learning, I'm always consuming, I'm always training. So you guys should be doing the same. And if you don't, it's okay. You just start where you are. You start where you stand. So go check out that post. If you're interested in that goal crushing bundle, reach out to me. I will send you the link. And everybody have a great Tuesday. All right, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.